go two top set at first start past it. That 100 checkout could have really changed this game already. I know we're in the first leg. Oh, blimey, that's a long way off from Bunting.
Game shot.
Oh, what a last start chance that was for Stephen Bunting. Yeah, as you said, I think Stephen's done very well. He was under a lot of pressure when he first came over to the PDC. You know, everybody's saying, you know, just because you won their World Champions, blah, blah. But he is a quality player. You know, he won a tour event very quickly. You know, and he's doing okay, and he's a good player.
58.
Yes, that UK Open qualifier in February up in Wigan, beating Andrew Gilding. So an early taste of success on the PDC tour. And in their last European Tour event in Berlin, we saw him reach the semi-finals, beating Vincent van der Voort, Brendan Dolan, Justin Pipe, and Ross Smith.
140.
Before being beaten by the eventual winner, Phil Taylor. But that was a good run in his first European Tour event for Stephen Bunting. And here he is in Austria this weekend, looking to
57.
Hopefully go one better than the semi-finals.
Well, I know one thing. Arron Monk has got the best walk-on music out of all the players. One of my favourites, the Monkeys. When we commentated on him, me and Nigel Pearson up in the Grand Slam, we were both jumping up and down singing it in the comms box. Lucky we weren't being filmed, because it could have been rather embarrassing that on YouTube.
Definitely. I quite enjoyed Boney M earlier on.
100.
That young Salmon walked onto.
Well, you can see the mark, and that just sums up Arron's game at the moment. You could see the mark on the wire. The first dart falls out, and then he hits a bullseye. That's just being unlucky. It really is just being unlucky.
120. Arron, you require 8.
So double one, and gets it.
Second leg.
To hold his throw.
Third leg, it's Stephen to throw first. Game on.
And two Englishmen on the stage here, and there's quite a debate going on Twitter tonight after England's exit from the Football World Cup. People asking, what sport are we any good at in England? And quite a few people are saying, well, what about the darts? At least we reached the World Cup final in darts.
Yeah, we reached a final, but the Dutch are starting to win too many tournaments in that now. I've moved over to chess.
Nice.
It's about my stamp now.
Yeah. Something quiet and sedate.
Yeah, we were talking about Arron, you know, in the first leg, you know, such potential of being a great player, and he's plateaued out. He hasn't moved on that extra step that we expected to. He's still got the game. I just think, again, you know, we talk so often about the mindset, you know, the confidence you have in your own ability, and I just think that Arron's just been on the back foot. And sometimes, Mike, it can be, even if he goes on and wins this, that could be the spark that starts it again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes it just doesn't mean a lot. It doesn't need a lot, but at times, if you're not moving, something has got to be changed in your setup.
134.
Not so much your throw, but perhaps in your setup, your practice regime, whatever you do, something has to be changed, because if you don't, it may not change.
And as we keep stressing,
59.
So many players
125.
coming through and wanting to qualify for these events, wanting to get on the tour.
85.
Yeah, as the saying goes, if you're not moving forwards, you're moving backwards.
Oh, this could hurt. One more dart. Holds on to his throw.
Stephen Bunting.
With Arron Monk sitting on 40. Yeah, I think, Mike, when I used to play, I'd never ever look at the way other players played. That, you know, you don't want to put a negative in your head. Never used to worry. But now I haven't played for, I don't know, 10, 12 years. You know, and we're engrossed in the game. We watch it at close quarters like here on the screens. We study the players. We know them as well as they know themselves.
60.
And you do, being a dart and a rack as well, you do pull up things in people. And sometimes you want to go, do you know what, why don't you try this and try that?
39.
But it's then telling that player that he's got a problem, which he might not accept. And then he's got to accept, if he does accept he's got a little bit of a problem, then he's got to accept that you're
100.
giving it in good faith, that it's trying to help out. And then that's another problem. They might go, hey, look, you know, what to think you're talking about. So I kind of steer away from the line, just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult.
We see the typical example, just as Stephen Bunting fills it up
180
for another maximum. We see in Mark Webster in the early match, you know, misses 2 darts at double top against
48.
Baxter to go 5-3 up.
161.
And the rhythm's pretty good. And then all of a sudden, just a little bit under pressure, he's starting to hold on to the dart, and he's chucking himself over the oche a little bit.
90.
You know, it's a shame to see. Colin Osborne was the same.
60. Stephen Uruguay 71.
But Bunting looking good here to break the throw and go 3-1 up here. Double 16 then.
39. Arron Uruguay
So this is a big ask for Arron. The 158 outshot, and it's not going to happen now.
85.
And Dave Chisnell awaiting the winner in round 2 of this match.
Game shot on the 4th leg.
Well,
Stephen
Bunting was struggling
Fifth leg
on that
Stephen
side of the
going
board,
first.
but he finally finds that double 16.
Game on.
And that's a break, a throw, and it just shows how easy this game can turn round. You know, he takes out the 68 with Monk sitting on 40. If he misses that, Arron takes out the 40. He's got the upper hand.
140.
Now, Arron has really got to dig deep. Well,
180.
that's what I'm talking about. Digging deep and finding the big scores.
One apiece on 180s then between the pair of them.
100.
Still to come tonight, Terry Jenkins against Max Hopp. That's one of the pick of the first round ties, I'd say. And then Dean Winstanley up against the
85.
Austrian Uwe Bakker. We've seen 2 Austrians go through, 1 go out. So can Uwe Bakker
93.
see off Dean Winstanley and book his place in round 2 to give these fans here at the Salzburg Arena something to cheer, some local heroes to cheer tomorrow,
134.
when we're expecting a good crowd in for the Saturday and Sunday sessions.
80. Stephen Uruguay 42.
Well, to hold on to his throw and take a 4-1 lead. 10 for double 16. This
Game
time
shot the fifth
pins
leg.
it
Stephen
first up.
6 leg is Arron to throw first. Game on.
No, Arron Monk needs to
48.
just not as consistent as he used to be. You know, watched him a lot, as I said, and he had a good strong throw, but he's just gone off the boil. We've just lost that consistency leg on leg.
140.
But Bunting looking good.
180.
Well, that's his second 180 of the night for Arron Monk.
140.
Well, if you look at the averages, you know, if you showed Arron them averages now of 87 and 96, he wouldn't be happy with that. You know, he would expect to be pushing at least 10 points on the overall average and possibly 10, 15 points on the first 9 dart average.
93. 58. Stephen Uruguay 128. 88. Arron Uruguay 157. $137. Stephen Uruguay 40.
Well, that really would have been something to get him back into the game, a 157 outshot, but as it is, Buntnig here goes 5-1 up, and now just needs one more leg to book his place in round 2 against Dave Chisnell.
You know, Arron's 5-1 down, and I think all but one leg he's either set on a double or had a dart at a double. So, you know, his game is not that far away of Buntnig. I think that's his second maximum, or his fourth maximum, I think, is it? It's not that far off, but it's in the early part of the game, getting that little bit of luck, taking out a shot that then moves you on with the confidence of closing games out.
57.
But he seems to be always on the back foot, and it's always an uphill battle, you know.
98.
Yes, I suppose it's that sort of extra X factor to turn things around. So you're the
94.
one, you're the one leading, you're the one calling, literally calling the shots.
It's a lot easier to lead than it is to follow, you know, it really is.
60. Stephen Uruguay 170.
There's some great leaders in this game, but you put them under pressure, they're not so good at following you. And that's what it's all about, the amount of pressure you can put on your opponents. And also, it's the pressure that you can handle when he throws it at you.
60. Stephen Uruguay 74.
Well, this is for the match. He's looking at treble 14 for double 16. He should get at least one dart at the double. He's going to get 2.
Game shot around the match, Stephen Buntnig.
Yes, a convincing win for Stephen Buntnig.